Welcome back to the Lynn Miller Room and this edition of the Eagles Sports Coaches Show. Tom Hodges has joined us. And, Coach, I know we're 1 week away. During this time, if you're listening to the radio, next week.
It's a big week.
We will be live.
Our first live show.
In a long time, in a way, on radio-wise.
My goodness
we
gracious.
kind of do this live on tape.
We do it live. That's
because
correct.
It'd be hard not to do the show live, some aspect.
There is.
I mean, I've seen it. And I've thought that it might not have been live when we
Correct.
recorded it. But
Correct. Might have been an out-of-body experience
That's
at
true.
some points in our segment, Jay. But no, next week, going remote, going on the road, traveling road show.
Even the cameras are going with us, or a camera is going with us.
We're bringing the show to the people. And
Total
we're
Care Pharmacy.
really excited about being with the folks, good folks at Total Care Pharmacy, and going a live remote down there and doing our coaches show. And like I said, bringing the voices to the millions among millions live in radio and TV land.
Yep. So listening live next week, you could come by, meet, greet.
Get all the drugs that you are prescribed to have.
That's a key. Prescribed.
Yes, absolutely. It's just a really, really exciting time for us.
So
We need to start pumping it. Wherever Darian is at right now, I'm sure he's out spreading the word, beating the drum of the Eagle Sports Coaches Shows going live down the street, Total Care Pharmacy, 6 p.m. next Tuesday night.
That's true. Be about 6:03 by the time we get on with.
We need an early arriving crowd.
That's true.
We need an early arriving crowd. We need a
Bring all your
live studio audience.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Live studio audience.
There'll be some people that stop in and look just to see exactly what you look like.
That's scary. That would be a scary thought. I would hate to disappoint them. Maybe I need Manti Te'o's girlfriend to also accompany me.
I thought she was there beside you anyway.
No, she's sitting with Lindsay.
Oh, she's sitting with Lindsay today.
Correct.
I think it's Lindsay's best friend.
Correct.
Because she's always with Lindsay.
Always.
So
always.
But it's
Lindsay looks much better than she is purported to look.
Yeah, I can't say that. I wouldn't say that. I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Well, right.
You want to be straight with these people.
That's right.
So, especially make-believe people.
This is a good opportunity. We get Lindsay out on the road. The Bachelorette.
She won't come.
The Bachelorette Moorhead edition.
Week.
Lindsay will be there.
All right.
See, Jay?
We'll put her on camera next week.
We can't have the show without Lindsay and Matt, Daniel. We can't have the show. These are the straw that stirs the drink around here. We're just the talent.
Ooh, talent.
We're just the talent.
I kind of have my doubts on that too, but
we get to call ourselves talent.
Okay.
We need
That's what the check says, right?
Well, your check. We need to, elevate our own status.
So 6 to 7 next week. Total Care Pharmacy, downtown Moorhead, in that little plaza.
I forgot the
quaint
little plaza.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the plaza right now. But we'll be there. We'll be live on the air. We'll be even live on the internet. Daniel's taking the whole kit and caboodle. We're taking the mobile TV truck.
It's exciting. It's exciting. It is.
How many crew are you taking with you next week, Daniel?
7. He said 7. That's amazing.
So we'll have 7 TV.
7 camera hands.
Eagle Nation TV will have 7 people.
My goodness gracious.
So
it's the hottest show in Ohio Valley Conference women's basketball. Bar none.
That's what we've heard. So, I mean, that's what we had to negotiate with you between December and January to bring you back.
Yeah, we've moved so far past that, and our numbers are back up, and we're just really excited about that.
I don't know if you ever got over Bill Mayo beating you in the ratings that 1 week.
No, we have. We've moved forward, and again, my mother has watched it 100 times, and that's inflated our numbers back up.
Were they there at Belmont?
They were.
Okay.
They were sitting behind the bench giving me strategic coaching advice.
What did they say when you got your technical?
Yeah, Mom.
Is that the first technical your mom ever saw you get?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That wasn't a pleasant conversation afterwards. Man, Yeah, Mom and Dad and Coach Maxwell, they were all behind the bench. I was going to blame it on Hillary.
Yeah.
I was going to blame the technical on Hillary, but I couldn't do that. Yeah.
So you had to hear about it afterwards.
Oh, I heard about it.
Right in front of your little boy, they said.
I know, isn't that
You had
pitiful?
a technical, right? That won't be the last time he sees you get a technical.
Oh, let's make it. Let's make it the last time. That was just pitiful. We got to raise Cooper up better than that, Jay. I've got to give him a better example.
Oh, it wasn't a bad example. You didn't say anything to deserve a technical, but you got one.
I just got so heated. I got
what, second one?
Yeah, ever.
Yeah.
Second one ever.
One against at New Mexico.
New Mexico, which Hillary did get me, by the way. Hillary, I will still stick to my story that Coach Maxwell, my beautiful wife, lovely, talented basketball coach and partner, did, in fact, cost me a technical foul at the University of New Mexico at their Thanksgiving tournament last year.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
So really, you each have one.
We each have one, but I've somehow been credited with two.
Well, I told you, if I'm Eric Quiet sitting on the bench after all those times with you, the second one you get chased.
Well, you weren't helping any, because I looked over. And one time you gave the old wave right there by me, and it just got me so stirred up. Jay, I just felt like I needed to hop right in. So
we've been warned before.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that they've stopped play going out at halftime and asked me that if I wanted to finish the second half, I would keep shut. So,
of
course, then
you got to bring the true message to our fans.
Then
they deserve the truth.
Then the word "rapid ears" came into effect. If you could
used liberally on the radio.
Yeah, if you could hear me on the radio and actually stop and warn me on your way out, you've done something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it was an empty gym.
Right. Yeah, they're a little sensitive, that breed of individual that we call referees. They're a little sensitive sometimes.
I think Coach Mitchell got a chuckle out of that because he didn't get warned. It was the play-by-play guy.
Yeah, the radio man.
So,
man.
But at least I haven't the late Larry, let's see, I forgot, Evansville. I knew him a long time. He got tossed. He got a technical.
Wow.
So.
Oh goodness.
So he was.
Now, Jay, don't.
I won't get you.
You can stir me up all you want, but please don't get us a technical.
But what my philosophy on Eric was the fact that next time you get one, quickly the second one would come from the bench, and then he would make his coaching debut.
Right. He's egging me on,
Yes, like, I wouldn't take that.
Boy,
coach.
I can't believe he told you that.
So he didn't. I was just making it up. Now he'll be running this afternoon. So, well, Eastern Kentucky on Saturday night, a game kind of flip-flops away, 16 points down at one time. The girls come back, a 2-point loss, but you have to give them a lot of credit. The girls didn't hang their heads, and they battled towards the end.
No, aside from the first probably 15 minutes of the game that we walked through, we played a pretty valiant last 25 minutes. If you look, after we were down 16, we outscored them by 14 the rest of the way in. So we did some things very well. Eastern Kentucky, certainly a lot of credit goes to them. They're a very talented bunch. Coach Roberts has stuck with it. And they have a group of about 5 or 6 seniors that are just 5 or 6 seniors. They're very talented, and they make plays when they need to make plays, and that's exactly what we ran into on Saturday night. I was proud of our team to give the first-place team in our division everything they wanted, and really feel like we should have come away with a win. Shows you right where we're at as we head down really the final stretch in the LVC race.
Well, Eastern had dismissed one of the best players, if not the best player on their team, and I really think that kind of motivated them. The fact that they came out with something to prove.
There's no doubt about it. I told the team before the game, it's a law of nature. Whenever herds move on, they always leave behind the slow, the young, the injured, but they get tighter as a group, and that's exactly what Eastern Kentucky did. They moved on as a group, and they were tighter because of it. The young lady that replaced the dismissed player, she came in, she had 18 points and really hadn't been a factor. So it certainly happens like that, kind of that proverbial rose that you trim back and it comes back a little fuller. It happened to us last year when Marie Carpenter sat out. The exact same story. So a lot of credit goes to Eastern Kentucky for them and their play, but I felt like you take away those first 10 to 12 minutes of the game, I felt like we played a better basketball game than they did.
Have a week to prepare. Tennessee Tech comes to town on Saturday, part of a doubleheader here at Johnson Arena. Tech, the program tradition-wise in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Yeah, Tennessee Tech obviously carries a lot of – wow. Did you shoot that?
That was
I did.
That was Robinson's
I thought that was your shot.
I did shoot at Jacksonville a little bit with you.
Yeah.
You were trying to break the backboards there after the shoot-around.
Yeah. I've lost my touch from half court. I used to be able to stroke it underhanded from half court. Do you have any
easily proof of that at all?
Not recorded.
Oh, okay.
But we could get some testimonials throughout my career.
Shaver and I were.
We need to put that in the media guide. Maybe
we
need to put testimonials of my half court prowess in the media guide.
We were checking our pockets just in case you did break the glass. We were trying to see if we had enough money. We'd have to, track down the Jacksonville people and have to pay for a new glass.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't show back up for the game. Eric would get a chance to coach then. Well, that would be embarrassing, huh?
But Tech, tradition-wise,
well, sure. I mean, obviously, when I was at Tennessee Tech back at the turn of the century, we had great teams there, and Coach Worrell, who I got my start under.
Taught you a lot of creative language.
He did. He did teach me many, many creative ways to voice my opinion.
Did he teach you the stomp though? Because he stomped also.
It is shocking because I don't know where that came from, but Hillary mentioned that the other day. She said you've got to stop that. Is not becoming. I said, well, I just don't realize that I do it, and I do. I revert back to Coach Worrell because he could stomp with his stomp in the Hooper Eblen Center would echo when nobody was in there, and you could hear it at the top floor in that building. So maybe, I'll blame it on Coach Worrell. Why not?
That
sounds good.
But Tech, another new coach. I mean, they've had this is the third coach since Worrell retired,
right.
And getting back on the winning track, because that's one thing if you're a Tech women's basketball fan is losing's not an option.
No, it's just a tradition of excellence down there and has been for many, many years. Satia Messer did a great job in her short tenure there, and of course Coach Jim Davis, who's a veteran women's basketball coach, spent years at Clemson. Was very successful at Clemson, kind of, as he said, flunked retirement and got an opportunity to come back at Tech. So inherited a very talented roster. Tia had set that team up for a lot of success this year, and that's certainly carrying over as Coach Davis is taking over. So we'll have our wagon loaded with them. They've got really nice guard play. Much like the teams in the OVC, they're just dominated by backcourt. So look forward to the week of prep to prepare for that one and get ready for a big Play for K Think Pink night on Saturday against a good old arch rival.
You mentioned 5 games left. We hold our own destiny in our own hands, whether we make the trip to Nashville or not.
Correct. It's going to fluctuate every OVC night. It did last night. There were only 2 OVC games last night, and it impacted us positively and negatively. So it's what we told the team this morning in our film session. We get to chart our own course. The book hadn't been completely written on this team yet, Jay. So we need to write the last few chapters how we want it to look, not how anybody else wants to look. The worst feeling in the world is waiting on some help or needing some help there at the end of the season. So we know what we got to do. We know what we need to get there, certainly within reach and within grasp. Now the question that I posed to the young ladies this morning was, what are you going to do to get us there? Very, very simple. What are you going to do? You're going to be the same? You're going to be different? What are you going to do to get us there? So I look forward to seeing them respond to that challenge.
Maybe one of the keys in the last 5 games, 3 of those are at Johnson Arena.
Yeah, it's always great to be at home, obviously, and to get these next 3 at home. We had a great, just tremendous crowd out for Eastern Kentucky. Obviously, that game holds a lot of significance to a lot of people around here. But if we can replicate that over the next 3 home contests down the stretch, both programs benefit so much from that. I can just tell you how much our players enjoy playing in front of a loud and just energetic crowd. There's no denying that helped us in the second half as it fueled our comeback and could feed off that type of energy. If we could duplicate that over the next several games, be much to our benefit.
What did you see in the film that you liked, and what did you see in the film that you need to work on?
Well, I felt like, again, we sleptwalked through the first 10 to 12 minutes, and it was really painful to go back and watch. I joked with Eric while we were watching the tape. They said they played NSYNC and Pokemon and all that stuff to drive Saddam Hussein out of Iraq. Well, if they would have showed our first 12 minutes, he would have come out screaming and hollering, waving a white flag, because we were anemic offensively. It was just really painful to watch. So, and turn the ball over, just really uncharacteristic things. Once we got started and kind of Kelsey Funderburg came in and gave us a lift, hit 2 back-to-back threes, then our offensive execution picked up. I heard Jimmy Dykes say this on the TV the other night. The bad shot bone is connected to the bad transition bone, and the bad transition bone is connected to the pointing fingers bone. It's just a vicious cycle. So when we were taking bad shots, our defense wasn't as good, and then when our defense isn't as good, then we start pointing fingers. As soon as we saw the first ball go in, it's like magic. So that kind of got us going a little bit. We executed in the second half. Played much tighter offensively, drove the ball, kicked it, found it to open shooters. And it really became more characteristic of what we're capable of. So aside from those first 12 minutes that we gave no-dos a run for their money in the sleep market, I was very pleased with the final 25.
Kelsey has 5 of her, 15, 16 three-pointers this year, probably in a matter of 60 seconds. She came in 3 against Wright State, bam, 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 and then 2 the other night within a couple of possessions. So, 33% of her three-point shots are, when she gets hot.
Yeah, she led the state of Ohio in scoring last year for that very reason. Kelsey's in a tough spot because Allie Turner's playing really well right now. I was talking to Brian Hutchinson this morning, and she's in a tough spot because as a freshman, she doesn't have a total command of the matchup where Allie does. So they play in the same position. So when there's some overlap there, it's just hard to put them on the floor together. It's certainly to her benefit utilizing those minutes that she does get.
Well, once again, Tech 5:15 on Saturday. Of course, Jacksonville State on Monday. Come a little early. They'll have the balloon house, the bounce house.
Yeah, we got to get you out of there quicker, Jay.
I love it.
I know.
I come here early.
It's right by our locker room.
But see, I have to change.
I saw you shoving the children out of the way. You can't do that.
It's just, Lindsay gets in
Those
there first.
poor Allie and Aaron Huffman, they were weeping trying to get into the bounce house. You just wouldn't let them in.
That's part of it.
You're doing your best Haystack Calhoun.
That's true. I could do Kamala. I could do the big flop on it.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon, the mighty splash.
So, but, after I get Lindsay out, I have some time.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But
We can't. It's for the kids, guys. It's family night.
All right. It's family night Monday night against Jacksonville State. I'll stay out of the bounce house.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. I can't promise you,
Right.
Lindsay.
Personal responsibility.
That's true. And then next Tuesday, we'll want to remind people.
Live. Get your
And
tickets now. Total Care Pharmacy, guys.
Come early.
We're going live. We're going on the road. This is huge. Huge.
Anybody from the Iceland area, it's 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Right. Our time zones might not match up.
I tell you,
for
Shaver
all of
ought
our,
to work on that and put it in the game notes this weekend about the different time zones and
I feel like it.
personal appearance.
I feel like it. Our global time zones. It's gonna.
Well, what's going
fear what's going to happen
what's
to our
going to impress
viewership.
people is when Coach Woods comes down in his big limo that he rides around.
That's
town
right.
in. You know, and he comes in.
Well, he's
and
singing.
Yeah.
He got to singing last week. I mean, my goodness gracious, guys. This. If you can't get what you need from the Eagle Sports Coaches Show, you're just not looking. We sing, we dance, we talk about political and current matters. This is just
geography.
One-stop shopping for all Eagle entertainment.
You know what we haven't done this week?
What have we done?
You know, Daniel's been over real good, but you need to remind people how
That's
to get
right.
a hold of you.
Daniel, if everybody would tune in and write us an email. No hate mail this week.
All right.
No hate mail this week. We encourage any type of mail. Hate, love. Valentine's Day's coming up. Give us some special requests for Coach Maxwell, what you'd like to see us get Hillary, or special way to treat the girls on Valentine's Day. Write in this email address right here.
And what you said? Yeah, okay.
Right here.
You be going this way.
T.Hodges at moreheadstate.edu, or you can find us on Twitter.
Yep.
Right here. Right here's our Twitter. At, I'm going to
Okay. Yeah, at that's good.
Coach Hodges. At Coach Hodges on the Twitter sphere, and we look forward to hearing from you.
All right, Coach. We'll see you 7 o'clock Tuesday night, the 19th, I think, and that'll be. Is it the 19th?
7. That would be 7. What would it be? 7.
6 o'clock.
What's the next time
6
zone
o'clock.
over?
6
I know
o'clock.
it's 7 Atlantic.
Yeah.
Right. 6 Eastern.
6
5
Eastern.
Central.
Don't be
4
bad.
Mountain. 3 Pacific.
You know, Darian's going to have to sign a new contract. I'm going to get a watch or something.
Chronometer. You need a chronometer. You know what that is?
No.
Yeah, it's
You
one
might
of
have
those.
explained to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those
I
watches.
thought you were
that had-
calling me a name. I just didn't know
All
if I
right.
was a
We both
chronometer.
answered to far worse. than
Oh,
that.
yes, we have. Tom Hodges, head coach of Morehead State. Stay tuned. Sean Woods is our next guest here on the Eagle Sports Coaches Show.